All right, y'all. See, I got a few people in here already, so I said let me go ahead and cut the music. We can get into it. What's going on? Got about 10 of y'all in here. And yeah, thanks for coming through again. We can get to talking. Y'all can sit back and listen. Because I got some interesting things I want to discuss today. You know, some things I said I wanted to talk about this week. I promised y'all I would talk about y'all's favorite division, the Bantamweight division, right? I promised I would talk about it because, look, you know, we always talk flyweights, but 135, what does it need? What's going on? Let's look at the rankings. You know, who do they need to sign? And who's really a threat now? Who's really a threat in the division? You know, like, do we have any threats like we do at flyweight? I don't know. Let's look at it. Let's see who we got. Marcus Bell, what's up? Stamina, Brian, BJ, what's going on? Yeah, we're going to talk about this division mostly tonight. And then the second topic, I want to talk about the flyweight rankings. You know, ask y'all that question. You know, Grasso's in the top 5 now. What's y'all's thoughts? Some people don't think she needs to be in there yet. Some people do. You know, that's what I'm just asking. I mean, I give y'all my opinions tonight, but I'm looking at the poll so far tonight, and most people say that no, Grasso don't need to be number 5, but we gonna hold off on that. Before we get to really go in, we're gonna go on 135 first. So let's see. Yeah, that was sarcasm, BJ. Mark Robinson, what's going on? Ulysses, what's up? So yeah, man. This past Saturday, once again, we had I won't say an upset. You know, it was just like one of those situations where we had the old head go in there and son the new blood. We had that happen again this past Saturday with Sarah McMann. Y'all know I picked Carol Rosa, and it wasn't just like totally off of skills. It was just a mixture of skills and just momentum and hoping that she could come through and do some justice, you know, bring the division some more light, you know. But the performance Sarah McMann put on, you know, I got to give her credit. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's time for her to go now. I know she's 41, but she did enough to look good in the, you know, school the young blood. So it's not time for her. It's not time until somebody can thrash her and retire her, right? So I got to show respect. Like, yeah, when we got old fighters, I say, oh man, we need new blood. We got to go. But if they can hold their own, hey, you know, more power to you. I mean, you know, there's a difference between Roxy and Sarah McMann, right? You know, Roxy's been facing a lot of damage, defeat. Same with JoJo. You know, they're getting hurt. I mean, they're physically getting hurt in these fights, you know. When you look at a fighter like Sarah McMann, it's always kind of up and down, you know what I mean? Like, maybe she doesn't have enough to beat the elite fighters, but she can still school the young fighters, right? That's why I'm like, if she sticks around, it's because she's beating other fighters, or these young fighters ain't got what it takes, right? Same situation when that was the reason I had to pick against Macy Chason against Rocky Pennington, even when that took place at 145, because Rocky Pennington still had enough tools and enough skill and experience to go in there and stop Macy Chason, right? But when you look at a fighter like Sarah McMann, I know people thought it was over. All she's got is a wrestling. But she came in there and did her thing, man. I mean, she was striking. You know, the footwork was impressive. I was impressed. You know, I was impressed with how she was able to move and get off good body shots on Carol Rosa and actually back Carol Rosa up with her striking. You know, Carol Rosa had me fooled because I thought her brawling on the inside and center of the ring would have been effective. I thought her strength would have been effective. But shoot, you know, Sarah almost had me fooled over the past few years. I mean, out of nowhere, she came up with that strength. You know, she came out of that strength with just slamming this girl. So it was still there. You know, so more power to her. I mean, if you can still hold it down and keep your career intact, even if it is in the middle part. Of course, to the fans, it's boring, or to the fans, it sucks because we want to see somebody do something big. We want to see another fighter challenge Pena or Amanda Nunes, right? But I mean, when it comes down to it, you can't get mad at her. Can't get mad at her. This is how they make money, and if she's not ready to go, she's not ready to go, right? That's why I say, I don't think I can pick, right? I know Marcus Bell was one of the ones here in the chat that said that his pick was dangling, and I was like, I kind of see what you mean, but I think I got a lot of faith in Carol Rose. But y'all saw what happened. So Sarah got her 29-28. I thought it was 30-27, but either way, it's it was a big win for her. Good win. But with that being said, man, like, with that win taking place now, it almost makes you say it's good for her, but in a way it's kind of bad for the division, right? Because now we got that fighter just right there in the middle, holding everything up. And now we just kind of have to wait. We have to wait because Bantamweight doesn't have a lot of threats. Like, people ask me what's my triple threat Bantamweight. I was grasping, man. I was digging. It was Macy, Avila, and Carol Rosa for the most part. But I wasn't even really like 100% on all three of them. And you see where that's going. 2 knocked off. 1 is on maternal leave basically now, right? I mean, she had an injury, but now she's also going to have a baby. So not much of a triple threat at 135 for me. So I just been kind of letting it play out, seeing what's going on. I mean, we can pull up the rankings now just to kind of talk about it. We'll talk about who's there now, but we can also look at who they need. So in the long run, when we say it's time for Rocky or Sarah, or, we hear fans say it's time for Rocky or Yana Konoskaya or Sarah to retire. Not really, because there really is nobody that they're holding up, right? Because everybody's still learning, or there's not enough bantamweights. Because outside of the unranked fighters, who is there? Outside of the top 15, who is there? Is there any unranked fighters? I can name, last time I named like over 20. It's 20 flyweights that are unranked. How many unranked bantamweights can you name? See, can't even do it, can you? I can't. Let me think. I got to think hard, because to round off their top 15, they had to put Norma Dumont in there. So, that should tell you something. Let me think. Who is in the unranked realm of the 135 division? Nobody. GDR now, she's out on inactivity, but when she comes back, she's still ranked. Was Belbita one? Not Belbita. What was her name? Vanessa Mello. She got cut, right? See, I told you I gotta reach. Ulysses, what's going on? He said Avila. No, Avila's ranked. Unranked. Yeah, Avila's still ranked. BJ, he said Ashley Evans Smith and Jessica Rose Clark. Yeah, that's right. Jessica Rose Clark. Ashley Evans Smith, if she still exists, right? Who else? Jocelyn Edwards, I guess. Yeah, Jocelyn Edwards. Yeah, that's about it. And then, you really have to dig. It's mostly the ones that are just losing that knocks him out of the rank, because it's not like they signed a bunch of new ones and now we're just waiting to get them ranked. You know how we see Gatto, we're like, or JJ Aldridge, we like, oh yeah, like they unranked, but soon they're gonna be ranked. But here it's just like tumbleweeds. Stamina said none of these fighters need to go because there's almost nobody replacing, right? And even if they do have any come in, nobody's really been proven to have skills to beat them. Like when I see Rocky now and Sarah, I'm sorry, I'm apologizing to them for saying it's time for them to retire. Like for saying Carol, see, I can do that. I ain't gonna be the type to say, oh man, or hold back. No, I'm saying I'm wrong. I was wrong for saying, Sarah needs to go because Carol can get her out. No, she showed the skill, and she's gonna hold down her spot. So I ain't gonna say that about her, because she's not looking like Joanne Wood and Rocky. You know what I mean? She's not physically damaged like that. She can still get off wins. So she's earned her her spot to stay where she's at. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and pull up the rank. I'm just kind of go down the list. Like I said, it's not many. I had some people ask, so I said, all right, I'm gonna talk bantamweight. We'll see what we can kind of scrounge up here. While that pulls up, let me check comments here. Brian Williams said she looked good against Pena too. Yeah, she did for about a round. Yeah, she did. I think, Juliana Pena's high pace was just what really exhausted her. Like, high pace grappling and really pushed her, Brian said Pena didn't do anything special. Yeah, she didn't. Like, no. It was just a matter of, breaking the will of Sarah. And in that fight, Sarah just didn't really get it, She didn't level up. Yeah. She's 41, but, it's not like a bashed up 41, Like, she's still good. And she still deserves that chance to go through the process like these other fighters that are getting many a chances that go on 5-fight losing streaks, right? She's fine where she is, right? Yeah, Stephanie Edgar, I forgot. Yeah, Stephanie Edgar, Wu Yanan. Stephanie Edgar, who she just finished Jessica Rose-Clark. I can't believe I forgot her, but that kind of shows you what we're dealing with, right? It just kind of shows you what we're dealing with. Robot Chicken said she need to retire. No, not yet, man. Not yet. Nobody needs to retire until you start getting beaten down. And I thought I would have said that because I thought Carol Rosa was going to beat her down. That's what people have to understand. Like, when I say it's time to go, that's because I'm either anticipating a beat down or they already got beaten down consecutive times, right? See, Sarah McMann proved me wrong, and she's still here by beating Carol Rosa. So there's no need to retire. There's no need to. Jessica yes. Roxanne, yes, and she did. Joanne, come on, might have to. But no, man, like, no, you don't retire unless you are not. I'm never going to say fighting these retire unless they getting hurt. Not just for my pleasure of wanting to say, oh, like, we need more new heads. But if the new heads ain't performing, no. Like, if Carol Rosa ain't beating her, then there's no need to have Carol Rosa as this next thing, because she's still losing to these fighters like Macy Chiasson. There's no need to big her up now because she lost to Rocky, and you still can't defeat that type of style. Oh yeah, Mayra Bueno Silva. Yeah, she's entering 135, right? Yeah. No, BJ. Wu Yanan is at 135. Yeah, Wu Yanan and Mayra Bueno Silva are fighting. Yeah, Wu Yanan is going to be 135, BJ. Yeah, Steven said McCann is functioning at a higher level than Renault was in her last fight. She's all right for now. Yeah, she's all right for now. That's my point. Like, she's okay for now, As long as she keeps doing what she's doing, she ain't going anywhere. She doesn't need to go anywhere. Okay, so let's see these rankings here. Got about 20 of y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Like always, like button and bell icon. That's where I come on. If you hit the like button and the bell icon, I got to start remembering that. Man, hold on. Hit the like and bell icon. That way I'm on. For anybody else that streams, make sure you tell them hit the bell icon. Wild Tiger, what's going on? Okay, let's see. So, I had some people ask me about this. So, okay, bantamweights. Let's start from the bottom here. All right, number 15, we got Norma Dumont. Why she's ranked at 115, I don't know. I consider her a featherweight. Her next fight is at featherweight, right? She doesn't know business of being a bantamweight. The weight doesn't do her any justice. Her best is at featherweight, so they really are reaching here for a bantamweight ranking. I mean, maybe she wants to hold on to it so she can fight just in case, they call on her or something where she could jump in there, but I don't think that's a good idea. So I think she just needs to be taken out. And, she needs to be kept somewhere in the realm where she can compete at featherweight, and that's that. So Norma Dumont at 15 is not really excitement at 135, right? Number 14, Julia Avila. My understanding, Julia Avila, she had an injury, but she's also having a baby now. She's a good addition to the division, but with her out for two things, she doesn't really bring a big force to the division right now. I mean, she's been out since June 2021. Her last fight was a submission win over Stoyanko, and before that, she was on that path like Carol Rose against Sarah McMann. Remember, she got schooled in a lot of ways by Sarge Eubank. Sarge Eubank beat her almost 2 years ago. It was turning out to be like a banger, but Sarge put that wrestling on her. So she's kind of in that same realm. But she has a win over Patty Kensen, Mazzani, Ranko, and who knows, like when she comes back, she's gonna have to shake a lot of that rust. So not really high hopes. I mean, until she comes back. I mean, I enjoy her as a fighter, but like for the division being pushed, no. Let's see, number 13, Carol Rosa. She dropped in 12. Again, Carol Rosa coming off this loss. Sarah McMann, she showed a lot of holes there, with the lack of takedown defense. Her striking didn't hold it down. So pretty self-explanatory when it comes to Carol Rosa. Number 12, Patty Kensen. Patty Kensen, she's been improving. But she's kind of in that same realm, holding it down in this same area. She'll beat some, lose to some, lost to Rocky Pennington. And if you look at her resume, I think she's safe where she's at, because there's a level of fighters that Patty can beat. She went on a nice 4-fight win streak. Here, let's see her resume. She lost to Avila, but then she beat Jessie Jess, Betch. She beat Sarge. She beat Alexis Davis. So there's a level that she can beat. But as far as getting higher, we still need to see more, because then she lost to Rocky Pennington, right? Rocky Pennington pulled her into her game and beat her in that clinch fighting. So that's a situation, too, where Patty is kind of in that realm, that third tier realm. So I don't see her right now being a potential threat for like top 5 until she can get by fighters like Rocky. So that's a tough task for some of these fighters. She got Lena Landsberg next month. Lena Landsberg, maybe she can do it. Lena Landsberg is 40. Lena Landsberg been out of the octagon since January 2020. She's been out for 2 years. Wow. See, some fighters like that, then you kind of question, like, should they still be there? 40 years old and out for 2 years. But still, they're still not getting beat down consecutively. All right, so Lena Landsberg, number 11, so she'll be fighting Patty next month. Again, she's beat Macy Chiasson, Tanya Evinger over the past 3-4 years, just being up and down, inactive. Well, I won't say it. Yeah, as of recently inactive. So need some new blood here, man. Especially when it comes to names like this. Not really a big threat. Number 10 is Macy Chiasson, coming back at 145. Norma Dumont. When is their fight? May, right? Yeah, May 7th. Yeah, May 7th. Norma Dumont will be back at 145 with Macy Chiasson. So how much longer is Macy going to be at 135? Huh? how much longer is she gonna be here at 135? So that's not really a name that's gonna be a threat. Even if she did come to, or if she did come back to 135, it wouldn't be like the same Macy Chiasson as 145. You know, she has more of a chance. They're bigger and more powerful, right? Let's see, who else do we got? And number 9, Miesha Tate. You know, Miesha Tate, not really a threat to this belt because she's not fighting Pena, and she's not going to beat Nunes in my opinion, or GDR. In a rematch, I think Holly Holm could beat Miesha Tate, but ignore all that because Miesha's going to 125. So that's another fighter that's not a threat for the belt. Miesha Tate's going to 125 in May or July now. Sarah McMann. You know, Sarah McMann, she's right where I think she needs to be, you know, and where she's shown her skill level. Is it possible she could bounce back? I don't know. Like, get higher. She could probably get higher in the rankings, yeah. Like, Sarah McMann could beat Yana or Ketlin on their way back. I think Sarah McMahon has enough to beat Aspinland. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not saying she's like redefined and just changed the whole game, but I'm just saying like the competition that's offered is so close here. So close. You know, nobody's really going to dominate anybody right now with what we're looking at. Let's see. Yeah, so she moved up to 8. Rocky Pennington stepping in to fight Aspinland. I think she got this one. She's stepping in for Irene Aldana. April 9th. We're 2 weeks out. I'm looking at Rocky. What about y'all? I'm pretty much, yeah. I think Rocky's got this one, man. I think Aspen she'll probably make the weight, but I still think Rocky is going to just showcase the skills that she's shown in the past here, you know? That's what it's going to be. Because, yeah, Rocky and Sarah are just two fighters that have too much for the fighters on the bottom, but not enough for the top. So they're right where they need to be, right? They're in the mid rankings. They can beat everybody below, but can't beat everybody up top. 6, Yana Kunitskaya. Did she have her baby yet? Or did she have her baby? Or is she still pregnant? Is she pregnant still? I don't feel like pulling up her IG to see if she's holding the baby. Somebody tell me in the comment section. Is she still carrying? I saw another fighter carrying. I don't want to mix them up. So Yana Kunitskaya, let me know in the comment section. She still got her baby. You know what I mean? Still pregnant. Yana Kunitskaya. But anyway, Yana Kunitskaya is kind of like one of the ones, you know, higher than the rest, but still lacks a few different things that are going to get her that shot. Ketlin Vieira, number 5, beat Miesha Tate last. Kind of been on the downside a little bit. Number 4, Aspen Ladd. I don't know. She's another one. Is it 135, 135, 145, 135? What's the deal with her? I don't know. And her last fight with Norma, I mean, she got taken to school. She got taken to school in there. I mean, it all came down to people thinking that the trainer was being too mean or yelling at her, but I was just like, no, man, he just want to see her win. He just want to see her go in there and do her thing. Side note, James Perez, what's going on? He said Burns versus Hazmat. I'm going to go with Burns. Mojo, what's up? He says sign Tennant and see if she can work her way up. Exactly. Yeah, we're going to get to that, Mojo. We're definitely going to talk about that. Yeah, BJ said he was happy to see Dumas win that fight. Yeah, that was impressive. It was fun, too. Robot Chicks, I'd like to see Sarah go on a run if she can keep her cardio in check. She's a threat. Yeah, that's what I said. It's not time for her to retire, man. Yeah. You know, definitely not. Wild Tiger said, is Holly Holm fighting soon? Let me check. Wild Tiger, let me see. She was fighting Norma Dumont, but they had to, can't remember what happened. Injury? No. She's fighting Ketlin Vieira in May, Wild Tiger. May 21st, Holly Holm and Ketlen Vieira are going to fight. Yeah. Which, let me get to that here as I move up the rankings. So number 4, Aspen Ladd. I think Rocky can beat her. So if Rocky wins, Rocky's going to take that number 4 spot more than likely. And if Rocky can do it, I'm fine with that, man. It'll be a true Rocky story, right? If these fighters keep getting better, I'm fine with it. As long as they winning and doing their job, I'm fine. I mean, I want to see some new blood, but if the new blood just don't rise to the occasion, I can't knock the old heads. You know, they're more my age range anyway, so they're my age range, so I gotta ride with my old heads. Number 3, Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana's out. I don't know what the deal is. Irene has potential to be the threat to Pena. I don't know if Irene Aldana could ever beat Holly Holm in a rematch. I don't know if she could ever beat Amanda Nunes cleanly. She could if her striking and her boxing is that much of a problem. Like if Pena gave Nunes that much of a problem with a solid jab, maybe Irene Aldana's boxing could give Nunes problems. I'm not saying she could win, but it might give her problems. But Nunes would be smart, take her down. So I don't know. All right, number 2 is Holly Holm. You know, number 2, Holly's gonna be number 1 and number 2 forever. We might as well accept that until she retire. She's number 1 and number 2 forever, right? And I like Holly. Look, I like Holly, but yeah, I do want to see new title challenges here. Like, I'd rather see Irene Aldana challenge for the belt at some point. Some of these other fighters fight up, but you know, I like Holly, but it's just time for her. Well, we'll see what she looks like against Ketlen Vieira. You know, let's see what she looks like against Ketlen in May. I think that'll be a good fight. Unfortunately, I favor Holly. So Holly's another one that's like, she'll beat everybody that you're hoping for to get a title shot. Like, if you want to see Aspen Ladd get it, I think Holly will win that. She'll beat Irene again. Probably beat Ketlen Vieira with her speed and her striking. She beat Yana Kunitskaya. Already beat Rocky Pennington twice. I don't think she'll ever beat Nunes, though. Pena and Holly is going to be a good fight. But I still think that style favors Holly. So Holly might actually have a shot of becoming a champion again. If she gets that shot. I mean, that might make a lot of y'all mad. But hey, I'm just matching up here. Wild Tiger said, y'all think Pena's going to win the rematch? If she still got the psychological edge, the mental edge, I think she can. But it's still going to be 50-50 for me. Yeah, you said that. Yeah. Usually the rematches are a little bit longer because everybody's cautious. You know what I mean? Everybody's cautious in that rematch. You know, Wild Tiger, like, when you look at Rose and Zhang Weili when they fought twice, they were very respectful that second time. So you don't want to wind up on your back again. You take your time. You know, you don't want to fall into the same trap like you did last time. So you just kind of pace yourself, and so does the person that may have knocked you out the first time. Gordon said, I'm picking Aspen, younger and better, and this matchup is long overdue. Glad to see it. I'm gonna go with Rocky still. James Perez said Burns is X155. I think he takes him down and mauls him. Yeah, Hamzat's big now. I respect that size and his power. Yeah, when I think of that right hand too, that right hand's gonna play a factor on Burns' chin. But I'm gonna just rock with Burns for now. I'm not even like 100%. Yeah, Wild Tiger. Yeah, Holly's up there. I mean, she's up there, but she can still do it. You know. BJ said, oh, you're talking. The fight is Aspen versus Misha. Oh, that's the fight to make. Yeah, that's the grudge match, right? But neither one of them can make 135 now. I mean, nobody wants to be at 135, really. Oh man, but yeah, these are the rankings. So from Holly, we got Amanda and Juliana Pena. They're the elite right now. They're the ones that are going to be battling back and forth for now. A couple more months, we're going to see them on the Tough Show. We'll see what kind of beef they're going to stir up. But that's what it is right now, y'all. I mean, it ain't a great deal that's going on, but I know some of y'all wanted to hear about it and my thoughts. I mean, I like a lot of these fighters here. But their best days were back in like 2015, 2016. And not saying I'm not a fan of them anymore, but I mean, I just would like to see something new happen myself. But when it comes down to it, I mean, I can't disrespect the skill that they show because there really is no other blood in there now that are going to do their thing. Or is it that, or the UFC just not signing? That's what it is. That's what it is. The UFC is just not attacking this division like they are the flyweights right now. You see, flyweights got over 30-something fighters, 40-something fighters, plus they got the Tough House. So that shows you where all their money's going into, trying to give Valentina some legit competition. So it shows you they can't even believe in their own division that used to reign supreme. Once the blockbuster division run by Ronda Rousey, the Miesha Tate rivalry, your big favorite Holly Holm is now like almost a ghost town. Yeah, just remember, man, it was like a few years ago. They're not believing in it like they used to. Because get this is proof why they don't believe in their division anymore. Why? Because flyweight is thriving. Flyweight's got over 40 fighters in their roster, plus the Tough House coming in. Plus the Tough House. They didn't do Bantamweight edition with the Tough House. They didn't do Atomweight or Featherweight. Where they do Flyweight. And we got enough flyweights. So UFC is kind of adding more to its demise, man. UFC is not helping. But we know what they need to do. Got a few fighters they need to sign. Here's one right here. Let's go ahead and sign Tanisha. Tanisha, same age range as Manon, same level of experience, but it seems like they don't want to take the chance here. May not have as many wins on the belt yet because, I mean, they just been inactive here, not signing her, not putting her on these cards, but she is the Bantamweight champion in Invicta FC right now, and technically she's a very good, sound fighter. So, yeah, like, this is a fighter I don't think they can miss with. They took a chance with Avila, Jocelyn Edwards. And you see where Jocelyn Edwards is at right now. They took a chance with Carol Rosa. And I think skill-wise, Tanisha definitely matches her. Maybe even more so now, right? I mean, we still need to see her tested on the UFC level, but this is one fighter that you can't really miss with. Give her a contract and let her fight these fighters like Jessie Jess, Stoyarenko. Because I've been wanting to see her in Stoyarenko fight. I think she would piece her up. That would be a good fight. But yeah, this one here is a situation where they are just not. Oops, sorry. That's what my pictures here. Yeah, this is just one of these situations where they are just not invested like they used to be. BJ said these bantamweights cannot let Juliana start them strikes. Yes, and the Tough House roster is not like the most mouth-watering. Like, it's not that tantalizing to me. I won't say Peralta. I see, I'm used to seeing her fight at 115. If I say any of them look interesting, I think Coates looks interesting in Brogan Sanchez. Brogan Sanchez is is a bit interesting. But as far as like new additions to flyweight, it's not really like that big of a spark. I think they would have been better with grabbing these bantamweights from around the world. Like, who else do we have here? I got Shakalova, not Shakarova, but where's her name? Ekaterina. Told you, I've been stuck on watching some of these fighters just fight. That's why I'm like, with their energy and their strength, imagine if they just let these fighters develop. They'll kind of reinvent the bantamweight division if they are as good as I think they can be. If they're as good as I think they can be now. Let's see. Because, I mean, this girl's out here suplexing people. Not saying she could do that to everybody in the UFC, but still. Let's see. There's one. Like, you got a good mix here, too, of what they bring to the table. Like, this is a good submission wrestler. You know, very high-paced. You know, Tanisha's a very skilled stand-up fighter. Very, you know, technical. Let me see. Pull this one up. So that's what they really need to do, is just start grabbing these type of fighters here now from around the world. Russia, here, America, Australia, whatever, you know, get their best. Do something like exciting where it's like, oh man, like we're going to reinvent this thing, but we're grabbing everybody from around, you know, these different styles, like wrestlers, Muay Thai fighters from all around that can make 135. Wild Tiger said, I wish 2 women that coaches Tough House, that they can coach all women. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, like have, yeah. Yeah. Gordon Morris, what's up? He said Holly has been submitted only once by Tate when Holly was a novice on the ground and Misha was peaking. Yeah, so I would still pick Holly in that. I would pick Holly in a rematch. I would still pick Holly in a rematch, though. Yeah. She did, Wild Tiger. She did put her to bed because she refused to tap. So I give her credit. She's like, I'm not tapping. Next thing you know, she was sleeping. But you know, that's how it is. Some fighters, they don't want to tap. They just keep it going. And you know, yeah. Yeah, Pena fights, like, yeah, she's a very tough woman, you know, reckless but tough. But yeah, that's the thing I think with the bantamweight division right now. Like, there's just too much of the past there right now. And then when you look at the unranks, it's just a lot of the unranks that are losing right now, and they don't have a lot to pick from. So you just need some fighters like this in the division. Who else? Just to kind of put everybody on game here, because hold on, we're pulling some fights up here, and I was like, they put me on game here with some of these fighters they need. Because when I start watching one, a similar video shows up, and then I got to watch this fighter. Then I'm like, okay, that person needs to be in the UFC right now. They really can't miss with some of these ladies either that are like 6-0, 4-1, 5-0. They can't miss. You know, they really can't miss signing these type of fighters. They need to. It's time. I mean, you miss by having the same heads running back over and over. But like, you can't miss with these fighters because they're exciting. In the meantime, you know, they could have them fight each other every once in a while. But even then, I think that a lot of these skilled prospects, their styles might be able to match up with the veterans now. Like, there's some things about Teresa Bleda. I think that she needs to really polish up a little bit more. Just a little bit more, like with her defense and some of her takedown attempts. But eventually, I think she can be there. But like Tanisha, I think she has like a lot of the stand-up skills to get in there and gain the experience and fight her way to the top. Same with Katarina a little bit, like her strength and her attack. I don't know though, like Ekaterina Shakalova, I don't know if she can hang with Sarah McMann though. But that would be the big test though. That would be her main test, somebody like that type of wrestling. Even Rocky Penance would be a test for her. So only time will tell, man, if it's going to come down to them wanting to be signed as well. Like, because like I said, some of these Russian fighters, when you look at Octagon, how they treat them and, their views on lives, on, just like live stream fights on Octagon, or if you look at the views on past fights, they do well where they are. Some of the fighters here, women in the UFC, they do like a few 4,000, maybe 10,000, 20,000 views. But when you look at a Shakalova fight or a Teresa Bleda fight, some of these ladies, what's her name, Zalanikova, some of these ladies, their views are doing like 200,000 where they are. So that kind of makes you say, would they want to go to the UFC? Tanisha, I think, would want to, more so because her back is not as big. Americans aren't supporting her the same way, which sucks. They're not supporting their athletes the same way, especially when it comes to women. But when it comes down to Russia, Ukraine, they be supporting their women. 200,000, 300,000 views on fights, but Tanisha, she should be doing that too. That's why, UFC might mess up, let her go over to an organization like Octagon or something. Because hell, I can see Tanisha Tennant beating Lucy Pudilova. I can see her beating a fighter like that. BJ said, where's Daniel Wolf? I don't know, man. Maybe they came to the realization that we can't sign a fighter that's 0-0. Or technically 0-1. Right? Maybe that's what it is. They just came down to that and said, we can't sign her yet. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, we just need to see what they can do here, because it's going to be a situation where pretty soon nobody's going to even want to ask what's going on with the bantamweight division, And then you got, I got GDR's picture up here as well. GDR in the mix. Sarah McMann called her out. That's a good fight. Maybe that'll put her back into the mid rankings. GDR didn't go out like she lost. She left because of situations with taking the shot. Taking the shot. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that would be a good fight. Sarah versus GDR. Sarah versus GDR is a good fight. That's a good one. That'll be her comeback fight to the game. But who else do I want to look at as far as a bantamweight? Any from Invicta FC? Because Chelsea Chandler, she's mostly competing in 145. She's coming back in 145 in May, which I'll talk about in the coming weeks. Chelsea Chandler's going to be fighting Courtney King at 145. I think that's more her realm. When we talking 135, I think Tanisha's more around here. Let me go through these comments a little bit here. Gabriella, what's up? She said, I feel like they should add more strawweights as well, even though it is probably the best women division out there. Yeah, I think strawweight is fine, but yeah, you could sprinkle some here and there. It's bantamweight that needs like an overhaul. They need like a whole, at least a good 6-7 sign. You know what I mean? James Perez said, let her fight the bullet. Let who fight the bullet? Miesha Tate? Oh, we know what's going to happen in that fight. James Perez, come on. And no, she ain't earned no shot against the bullet yet, because she ain't beat Murphy. And she ain't beaten Murphy. I'm just saying, I ain't going in on that. I'm just messing around. Brittany Cloudy's another one that I feel like is still in development. I want to see her get some more wins, and then when she puts on like a nice 4 to 5 fight win streak, starts making big statements. I'll start saying it's time to sign her. But I think she's still in development. Good fighter though. She's that next wave. But Stamina said, anyone care about Haley Cohen? Haley Cohen just came back, right? In Invicta. That was her first win in like a year. And still need to see a little bit more from her. Still need to see a little bit more from her. I mean, I saw her fight in LFA a couple times, and I thought Brittany Cloudy had beat her once. Well, not once. Yeah, once. They only fought once. But yeah, I thought Brittany Cloudy had beat her like a couple years back. But she's been more of an LFA fighter. And she jumped to Invicta recently. But I need to see a little bit more. I mean, I could see the UFC wanting to sign her just because. I think they just want to sign her just because, she's going to fit that demographic, blonde. And that's what the UFC is going to be looking at. But I could see them doing that, signing her soon just off of that. But as far as like blowing me away, I mean, she's got skills. She's a strong wrestler. But I still guess I just need to see a little bit more from her since it's been a year away. And she just came back in January. Well, yeah, about a year and a half, yeah. But I think, Brittany, fighting with LFA, if she puts together a nice string of wins in LFA, they'll definitely be knocking on her door. Let's see. Let's see. James Press, he was saying she was good. Bro, y'all talking about hold on. Zama said Valentina looks like a tired woman. Upset is coming be eventually. Let me stop right there. Gordon Moore said, "Combo, do you wish Miesha Tate would stay at bantamweight if she beats Lauren Murphy? Would you prefer Miesha in the bantamweight rankings rather than the delay in the title shots as a ranked flyweight gatekeeper?" Let me see. Just because of the way flyweight has been picking up, just because of the way flyweight's been picking up, I would rather she stayed at bantamweight now. Like, at first, a few months back, I was kind of like, okay, that's fine. Do what you do. Give yourself a challenge. But I would prefer Miesha just stay at bantamweight. Now we got a lot of changes. You got Manon up in here. Grasso's getting up in here. Andrade is leaving. Calvillo is leaving. Aaron Blanchfield's in here. So there's just so much going on. Viviana Araujo, Andrea Lee. There's just a lot going on that I'm kind of like, now, yeah, if she lost or beat Lauren Murphy, I think she should go back to 135 now, just because I know politically they're going to try to throw Miesha Tate that title shot if she wins. Now, if Miesha Tate somehow submits Lauren Murphy, they're going to try to give her the title shot too. Like if she finishes Lauren Murphy, which I don't think she will, but they are going to try that. They will. Yeah, Runnerini said rather stay at bantamweight. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think at this point just stay at bantamweight, man. Okay, Stamina. Yeah. Thank you for addressing it that way, Stamina, because I'm not. I mean, Stamina couldn't have said it any better. Gordon said, yeah, me too. Tate and Ebos also are going to add to upper ranks if Chikagan loses to Ebos. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, even throwing Ebos in the mix now, I'm kind of like, whoa, Ebos has got her thing. You know, Ebos has her thing now, like strawweight. I don't know, man. I don't know though. Haley Cohen though. Haley Cohen. What do y'all think? I'm gonna go back and look at more of her fights. Like, I think she's a good, strong fighter. But I don't know if what she does is going to give problems to Sarah, like Rocky Pennington, Sarah McMann, and some of these fighters. Like, she might go in there and make a good competitive fight with, like, Carol Rosa. Like, if she used her wrestling on Carol Rosa, that might give her problems. But I don't know, man. Maybe a few more. They might be making Tanisha Tennant versus Haley Cohen. They might be making that fight. But don't be surprised if the UFC grabs her up. Because, I mean, this is the look they want in the UFC mostly. So, don't be surprised if they did try to skip Tanisha and sign Haley Cohen. But that might be the next fight on the horizon for Invicta. You know, Tanisha might be defending her belt against Haley Cohen. And I think if Tanisha wins that fight and she wins in good fashion, they need to go ahead and sign her, man. Gordon said there's additions to the upper ranks could delay Arujo Lee's title chance for another year or more. I know that's what's scary. I know you don't think I care for Andrea Lee Gordon, but on this one, look, I'm always real with it. Come on, man. Gordon, look, Andrea Lee, I would rather see her challenge for the belt more than Miesha Tate. Let me put it that way. Like, I would hate for her shot to be held up because of Miesha Tate beating Lauren Murphy. Like, I want to see what the ones that are already there can do. Like, I want to see what Arujo and Lee can do. You better record that, Gordon, because that's one time I knew you were going to say that. I showed or gave her some respect. But I had before, so. Yeah, realistically, I think Haley Cohen is going to be on Dana White's Contender Series. She could be, but just the way they go off of fighters, I think they would just sign her. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't, like I said, not yet, because I need to see more. That's just me, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I wouldn't be surprised if they did put on Dancing. I was about to say Dancing with the Stars. I mean, Dana White's Contender Series. Every time I see that DCWS, I think Dancing with the Stars, but that's just me when I see that acronym. BJ said, don't go in on BJ's girl Joanna now. He gonna defend her to the ends of the earth when it comes to calling her the strawweight GOAT. When it comes to the strawweight GOAT, that's her number one right there, BJ. I mean, I'm not knocking her. He think I be hating on her. I'm not knocking Joanna. But yeah, Haley, she's been an LFA career fighter for the most part, like 5-6 fights there. And, then she took an L. She was out for a while, I think, because of an injury. She bounced back against Monica Franco and Invicta. She's with Invicta for now. So, like I said, we'll see if that leads to a fight with Tanisha. And if Tanisha can do it, and do it in dominant fashion, it might be time to get her into the UFC. So we got Karina, Teresa Bleda, and there's my other girl I've been watching too. One more I'm gonna pull up here, Lucia Zabova. That's another fighter I enjoy watching. She's kind of like another raw Joanna in the game, except she submits. She throws high volume. She's a finisher on the feet. Muay Thai fighter. Good Muay Thai fighter. And has a ground game. So she could be what Joanna wasn't, right? High volume, finishes fighters with her striking. So she's already doing something Joanna doesn't do, dropping girls, knocking them out, and submitting them. Maybe she's more like a mixture of Valentina and Joanna, in the making. Gordon said, yeah, you must know this new ranking is killing Andrea's chances and it's killing her fans like me. Yeah, like me, I know for fans and for not even fans of the particular fighter, but I know it is killing the chances because we're going to talk about the rankings here in a minute because Grasso jumped ahead too. So let's get into it. All right, let's switch gears, y'all. Let's switch gears. We done had about an hour discussion on 135. Let's switch gears. We'll talk more about these bantamweights in the week. I'm gonna revisit, talk about new heads coming in. Okay. James G. Not really new news, but Sarah McMann called her out. Sarah McMann had called her out to a fight, and as like Sarah McMann, she knows that even though she's unranked, she still holds some type of weight because she really wasn't beat. So I respect that call out. Yeah, nothing too new. I mean, you keep me posted, James, if you see anything, but I'll let you know. But I haven't seen anything. Okay. Rankings, UFC Flyweight rankings. I did my video yesterday, hit y'all with the update, but let's talk about the Flyweight rankings. Where do y'all agree? Where do we disagree? Where do we agree to disagree? Okay, there we go. So let's look at the top 10 for now. Let's look at the top 10 of the rankings. Give me 1 second here. Sometimes my let me use this browser. Hang on, y'all. Just pulling this thing up. Command 3. There it is. Okay. Let's see. I'll mess with these some of these apps get on my nerves. Okay. Yeah, running ready. I John Jones does his his things outside of the octagon, but I still like him. I mean, I still think he's one of the better fighters, and if not the greatest. James G said Khabib is the most dominant champion ever. The most dominant, or is either truly like the best? I mean, let's really break down terms here. Like dominant and being the best, are they the same thing to you? I'm just asking because I'm kind of wondering that myself. Like, what do you think? Like, anybody can be dominant, but what about the competition level? What about that? Like, Khabib could be the most dominant, more dominant, but like, who's facing better competition? Like, early in Mike Tyson's career, he might have looked more dominant than Muhammad Ali because, he's just knocking a lot of guys out, but was the competition as good as Muhammad Ali's? Muhammad Ali was still like the GOAT, the better champion than Mike Tyson. Right? Is it the same? All right, let me shrink this down. Is it the same to y'all? Because, like Ali, Mike could be dominant when he had his belt. So let's say he goes on a nice little run knocking everybody out. But, like, whose competition is stiffer. Brian Williams said, I agree with everything except Maya being ranked above Manon. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because when you beat somebody, you should basically be over them, right? You're saying you're better than them, right? Am I wrong? Ulysses says Silva, GSP, and Bones. Yeah, all that. Yeah, Silva was dominant. GSP. Gordon said, would it have been more appropriate for winners to switch ranks rather than moving the losers down a notch or two? Maya would be at Manon's rank now, not in the way, for example. I don't know if you have to fully give them the ranking, but you have to put them below them, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I got the rankings right here. So let's look at number 10. Okay, Joanne Wood, she falls down 3 spaces. She's now 10. In my opinion, yeah, that's right. Nobody else should enter top 10 over her. Because Calvillo's not top 10 material. She's going to 115. I is not. Casey O'Neal's not. Macy, Aaron Blanchfield not. So JoJo's in the right place. Falling from number 7 to number 10. But, all right, here's where the math becomes weird. Now, Andrea Lee drops, and she still has a 2-win finish streak. And Viviana Araujo drops 2 places to make room for Manon, who's making a 6-place jump, which I told you it would be. It would be 6 places. That makes sense, right? Not to fully take that position, but let me go ahead and do this part. Okay, JoJo was in the right place. But I would put Jennifer Maya. I would actually put Jennifer Maya below Manon, Araujo, and Andrea Lee because she's on a 2-fight losing streak, whereas Andrea Lee's on a 2-fight win streak, and Viviana Araujo only lost 1 fight. So Jennifer Maya should be like number 9 or 8. And then Manon should be, I guess, 6. Yeah, that would put her 6. And then Andrea Lee and Viviana Araujo should be above Jennifer Maya at this point, I guess, then, right? That's the part I wanted to kind of say. Now, Alexa Grasso jumps up 4 spots from number 9 to 5 off the strength of beating the number 7, Joanne Wood. But this is where it's interesting. Now, if Grasso beat the number 7, she should be taking number 7, right? So maybe y'all gonna disagree, but maybe Araujo should be number. No, I can't say Araujo should be number 5. Andrea Lee should be number 5 then. Grasso should be number 7. Manon beat a bigger, more stronger, to me, a more credible opponent here because, Jennifer Maya beat Joanne Wood. So I think Grasso should have been number 7 and Manon should have been number 6. But that's where I get mixed up with number 5. Like, who really deserves the number 5 here? Because number 5 is like top 5 deal, So it's just weird looking at these rankings sometimes. But let's talk about it. Like, what do you think? Does Grasso deserve to be number 5? I see a lot of people say no. Because honestly, in my opinion, I like what she did. I like what she did Saturday night. She got the finish, showed the, improvement in her game. But that was Wood. That was Joanne Wood. So Alexa Grasso maybe is being pushed a little too high. I think she's just being pushed a little too high here. Alexa Grasso maybe should be number 7 because, yeah, she's on a 3-fight win streak. Who she beat? Macy Barber, came back a year and some change later. Before that, she beat, what is her name? Jinyu Kim, Macy Barber, comes back after a year and some change, beat the number 7 and JoJo. right? So that knocks JoJo down. It's number 10, and now she is number 5 instead of 7. But Jennifer Maia was ranked higher than Joanne Wood, and Manon beat her. So I think, and like I said, I'm just saying, like, kind of going by who beats who here. Andrea Lee number 9 for real, or should she be higher? Again, Gordon Morris, he's gonna love me for saying this, but maybe, I know y'all gonna get mad, but maybe Andrea Lee should be, maybe she should be 5. Maybe Andrea Lee should be 5 here. And Alexa Grasso should be number 7, and Manon should be number 6, and Jennifer Maia should be 8. Vivian Rule should be 9. No. Hold on. It's confusing. I'm just trying to make some sense of it here, but I just think that Jennifer Maia shouldn't be higher than Manon if you beat her. You know what I mean? That kind of defeats the purpose, right? That kind of defeats the purpose. Because when Calvillo lost to Andrea Lee did go over her. She didn't get her full-on spot, but she did beat her, and she did get over her. Because I think Andrea Lee jumped from number 11 to number 7 or something like that. But I guess it's because there's a whole bunch of changes at once here. But I don't know, man. Alexa Grasso at number 5. I don't know if she's ready for that realm, man, of the title shot. I don't want to see her go in there and get killed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see her go in there and not be ready. I know we need new blood, but I don't know. Robot Chicken said Grasso is number 5. I'm okay with it. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying because I think Arujo and Lee are a little bit higher in my book. I think Manon off of Maia win should be over. They should swap places. Maybe Manon should be 6 and Maia should be 7 here. I guess Andrea Lee pushing number 5. I mean, what do you think of that, Gordon? I mean, should Andrea Lee be number 5 in this case? Or no, Vivian Arujo should be number 5. Vivian Arujo lost to Caitlin Kagan last, though, right? I mean, she's been up in the top 10 longer, so maybe Arujo should be number 5 still. Like if I redid it right now, let me see. This is how I'd see it. Like I said, I mean, if you're listening, I mean, you can agree or disagree. I mean, that's why we're here anyway. I don't care. This is my opinion. I would put number 5, Vivian Arujo. I put Manon at number 6. I would put Andrea Lee at number 7. No. I put Grasso at number 7. And Maia at number 8. Andrea Lee at number 8. And number 9 would be Jennifer Maia. Because after losing to a number 13, I think that would knock you down some hits. You still shouldn't be above that person who 30-27'd you. Yeah, so from 5 to 10, I would say Arujo, Manon, Grasso, Lee, Maia, and Wood. Not like a big change, I know, but I'm just saying I don't think that Grasso's in a good number 5 sitting yet because there's still some more experience that needs to be done there. I mean, she said it herself back in July. You know, Alexa Grasso said back in July that before she fights Valentina Shevchenko, she wants more fights, more experience because Valentina has a lot of fights and a lot of experience, right? Gabrielle said, let's see how Lee versus Arujo goes. Yeah, I still want to see that. Believe me, I think that's good. You know, it's a good fight. I'm leaning towards Arujo in that one. But I never know. I never know. Gordon said maybe there should be another set of rankings excluding Val's previous opponents, a rank of ladies in waiting. Yeah, I do that all the time actually. That would knock out half the division, and that would knock out half the division, and then I just start adding in my ladies that say, "Hey, we here." Mark said, looking up at this list, I feel like it's serving three purposes. Really? What three purposes? Fill me in. Gordon said Calvillo was highly ranked. Andrea should have taken her spot at least. Yeah. Sleight of mind, what's going on? Oh, okay, yeah. Sleight of mind talking about I'm ducking, man. I'm here. That's the thing that matters, sleight of mind. I'm here. No, I'm just playing. Oh, there's no duck. Hey, what you talking about? I was on 2 times when you called me. I was on 2 times Monday. I was on 2 times looking for you. I'm on the mic, by the way. I was on 2 times. I was on like all Monday, and now I'm here. I'm here before you, so don't use no excuse. You got my notification. You should be getting notifications. Don't talk about you in a different country now. That ain't no excuse. I don't want to hear it. I've been here. I've been here. So I just need to know what you're going to tell me. You told me about Grasso. What did you tell me? I already broke the fight down. You didn't tell me nothing. I already said that she could win on the ground. You just so happy that she won that you ain't hear nothing I said, but I already broke it down to you. He talking about thoughts. Say, listen to him, man. I would love to give him a link if he take it, right? Just maybe let me hold on. What you gonna tell me that I didn't know? Anyway, we talking about your girl Grasso right now, and Grasso to me maybe should be number 7. Oh yeah, BJ, the jab stay out there, man. The jab stays out there. Cause I was working. I was here Monday 2 times. Yeah, she leveled up on Joanne Wood, but I mean, to me, that's Joanne Wood. Like I said, that's not really like a big thing to. Well, I won't disrespect and say it's not a thing to brag about, but she definitely got that level. She definitely got that level above JoJo. So it was granted. Now, could she do that to Jennifer Maya? I don't know. But she should be, to me, she should be below Manon. We can go there. Like we can go on that sleight of mind. I mean, it looked good against Joanne, but it was like Manon worthy. Gordon Moore said, I'm a believer. Yeah. So do you really want to know how I'd rank Andrea? Consider it to be totally biased opinion. Throw it at me, Gordon. I mean, that's why we here. I mean, it'll probably make sense though, right? I mean, I know you can be biased, but I mean, there has to be some type of logic behind it, right? And when you go up to 1 and 2 and 3, then I know we'll throw it out the door. But I mean, if you give me like a real logical answer, Gordon, I mean, I'm always listening. Robot Chicken, I was I told you I was going off a fan pick, really. Like, yeah, Robot Chick, it's like I said, I just went all across the board with my fan pick, and I just said, I think I got to ride with her, And like I said, if it goes to the ground, Grasso would probably be the one to get the submission because Grasso's ground game has gotten better, Now, when we talk about the stand-up, JoJo had her moments with her stand-up. That's why Grasso had to go to the ground. I hope you gave her credit with her stand-up in that fight, Slide of Mine. I mean, you saw JoJo landing on Grasso. I mean, shout out to Grasso. That's why she went to Plan B and took this fight down. Robert Henry, what's up? He talking about, he's trying to catch that hit like Will. No, Chris braced himself for it. Chris Rock braced himself for that hit. Gordon said, yeah, but it's still logic based upon optimistic analysis, looking at the glass half full rather than half empty. Got you. Yeah, man, I know. I mean, Andrew Lee is needed in this top 10 right now as far as what we're looking at here. Much like Arujo. Same with Manone. But, yeah, that was the thing I asked people, and I just wanted to know, like, does Grasso need to be number 5 now? Well, I mean, there's no turning back now. Like, I might disagree and say, okay, she should be 7 or 8 or, 7. And Manone should be number 6. And somebody like Lee would be 5 or Arujo should be 5. Because, we're going kind of by what their resumes look like too. So I would kind of I would have to swap there. I'd have to put Manone at 6 because that's the only one thing I can really argue is for sure. And I think people have to agree on is that Manone should be swapped with Maya. You beat her, so you should be over her. Even if you don't fully take that number 4 spot, you should be over that person, regardless of what the situation is. Okay, Mark said here's the 3 things. Number 1, rankings are based on their overall skill, talent, and ability to fight. Yep. Number 2, how likely the person is to beat or lose to the person above or below them, which is not always the same as number 1. Right. Number 3, how close they are to getting the title shot. Okay. Yeah. I can see all that. Yeah, because like how close you are to get the title shot. I mean, that's one of the things that I'm always looking at. Like, it gives me a clear look to say, okay, this is where so-and-so is. They beat this person. They beat that person. Okay, they lost this person. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, those are 3 good points. So I know what you mean. Robot Chicken said, I'm liking Lee Grasso improvements. So is, well, who? Oh, Oh no, Rob. Did you hide Sleight of Mind? You can keep him here, man. No, like we talking. No, that's all right. Hold on. Did you hit that by mistake? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, yeah, he's unhidden. Yeah, don't block Sleight of Mind. He all right. He just want that smoke. He just. Hold on. I got him back. Yeah. Okay, yeah, there he is. Yeah, Sleight of Mind. He cool, Robert. he just come. He's been new to the channel for a few weeks. I think maybe about a few months now. Yeah. What fight did you say, Stamina, or watch again? Let's all rewatch what fight? Somebody trying to talk me into pulling up a round by round. What fight? Yeah, I just brought you back, side of mine. I'm telling you. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sleight of mind. You ain't answer my question though. So, do you think she really earned that number 5 spot though? I know you look. I know you being biased. Of course, you're gonna say yes. So she is above Jennifer Maia off that strength of that win. When Jennifer Maia already beat Joanne, I think she should be number 7, man. I think Manon should be over Grasso, in my opinion. Yeah, that's the question I'm gonna put here. Should Grasso be ranked over Lee? What do you think? That's the question right there. Like I said, I'm not saying she should or she shouldn't. I want to know what y'all think. Gordon said, like, I made the case for Stan Fairtex wrong, except she did get the liver shot. I predicted Ham was a sure thing to win to me. Let me see. Dontail said, I think if Manon would have gotten it finished, she would have taken that number 4 spot. Possibly, yeah, because that would have definitely amped people up. Because it is a fan thing, these rankings are done by, fan polls and so on. So yeah, maybe if she did get to finish, I could have seen that. They probably would have did that. Oh, okay. So I said, I think Grasso earned it. Maia lost. Grasso was a 3-0. Yeah. I think, Manon's 4-0 though. I just think she should be higher. She beat I think she beat the harder opponent. That's just me. Like, if you're in that realm, like, again, I'll do my math here. JoJo was number 7 and Grasso was number 9. So I think if Grasso beat the number 7, you take the number 7 and JoJo should become number 9 or number 10 in that case. And then for Manon, like, if you don't want to, like, overdo it, if she beats the number 4, she should be higher at number 6 over Grasso, because again, she beat a harder opponent that already beat the opponent that Grasso defeated. Like I said, I'm just doing a little picking here. You know what I mean? I'm just stirring up conversation here. I ain't trying to argue. I'm just saying this is what I think. Robot Chicken, yeah. You said you don't mind her being higher than Manon. Yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of going by off of what's been done and who accomplished what in this case. Gordon Moore said, where will Tate and Ebos be ranked? I hope that Ebos doesn't jump into the rankings, honestly. Tate's not going to jump in until if she beats Lauren Murphy. Let's say that. Yeah, Robot Tate, I'm not really, I'm just kind of, like I said, breaking it down. But yeah, I'm not really mad at it. I'm just wondering because I want to see Grasso still get a fair shake on her road to the title. You know what I mean? Or, she'll get a fair shake. I mean, I want to see her get a fair amount of time to do what she thinks she needs to do to get ready for this fight. Because, Valentina fight's serious now. I mean, the closer you get to the rankings, I mean, hey, okay, that's one thing. But, I mean, are you closer there technically? Oh, yeah. What? What fight? I might have missed it in the comments. What fight did you say to rewatch again? Was that Stamina? What fight did you say rewatch? Let's rewatch it. It better be like a 1-round fight, not like no 2 or 3 round fight. Slight of Mine said Val and Grasso are both small. The thing is, Val is strong though. I mean, like, very, very strong. Powerful, strong. Oh, look. Herb Dean is the gold standard. What's going on? First, I was like, Herb Dean up in the building. Herb Dean is the gold standard. He said, Manon versus Taylor Santos. Who do you give the edge to? Ooh, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Herb Dean is a gold standard. Who do I give the edge to in Manon versus Taylor? Oh, man. Let me think. Ooh, let me see. Power, pressure, ground game here. Power, pressure, the ground game. Manon's got the volume. For right now, Herb, if I had to pick, if you putting a gun to my head, I'm going to say Taylor. I give the edge to Taylor. It's going to be a good fight, but I have to give the edge just a little bit to Taylor. Not by very much, but I'm kind of going off of the power here, and her finishing ability and her ground game might be a little bit more tough. It might be a little bit more tougher. Now, the one thing I need to see in moving forward with Manon, a little bit more with her striking, I need to see her sit down a little bit more in them shots. Just a little bit. But believe me, like, Manon could pull it out. I see Manon winning by a decision. She could do that. Believe me, like. But I think that Taylor, I think, she's been in those situations where she can put it, really, really get that pressure on and make that adjustment in her. Now, believe me, the clinch game would be interesting, though, Herb. I mean, the clinch would be interesting. Like, that's where you're going to see who's really strong. Like, when Jennifer Maia clinched up with Manon, I thought Maia had her. But then, like, she just, like, amped it up and turned her and reversed and, like, started clinching her and, like, judo tossing her. I was like, wow. Manon is physically strong. So that's what just, I'm just kind of going off of who's ranked higher right now and who's, been really, really on that road right now. But that'd be a good fight, man. Oh, Slight of Mine said Grasso versus Tatiana. Oh, rewatch that fight. How long was it? Was that fight 1 round? All right. Hold on, since you asked. Zama said Manon has a SpongeBob completely square body type though. You mean like the torso part, like the shoulders and the torso is kind of square. She got a long torso too, and sometimes that can be susceptible to body shots. Okay, BJ said he's got Manon. He said you got to go back and watch her. You got to go back and watch. You got to go back and look at Manon. Are you talking about her? Because I mean, I put you on her now. Now you're sold on her. Now one fight, BJ's ready to ride that train, huh? He ready to ride that train now. When I already put you on game here, told you what she was capable of. But I mean, this is the part of the triple threat in Taylor where I'm talking about, Taylor's got something. This is where it gets dangerous. I mean, if you tell me Manon versus Aaron, I'm going to go with Manon. Manon versus Casey O'Neill, I say Manon. Andrew Lee, I say Manon. I'm going to say Manon over Viviana Rujo. But for some reason, Taylor, I think, just brings it. And she's going to bring it. So it's really hard to say. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving her the edge. Slight of mine said, like I said before, Grasso has underrated strength. She literally little sister Macy. She did. No, I broke that fight down before Slight of mine, and I said, yo, her strength was, and I already said this about Macy Barber. Macy Barber is big, Slight of mine, but she's not physically strong. You know what I mean? Like, she's big and she's powerful, but she's not physically strong. Like, Alexa Grasso is strong. It's not really in the body here. You know, we're talking about actual physical strength that you can move a fighter. So, yeah. Oh, my bad. We just talking about the look. I thought you were talking about the edge in the fight. I thought you were talking about go back and look at her fight, man. I was like, so you talking about looks, man. Come on, man. We talking about the fight. We were talking about the fight. See, I thought you meant go back and look at tapes. I wanted that to be about the fight. You talking about this. Oh, boy. You talking about looks. He threw me off on that when I was like, huh? I was like, he talking about Mano? He telling me Mano? I was like, oh, that's what you talking about looks. Okay. Stamina says Suarez was 1 round. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let me pull it up then. I'm going to look at it. Ulysses says 65-45 against Santos, 65-45 against Fury. I think that's a pretty good assessment there. Zama says 65-35 for Manon. I won't really factor in her being flat-footed because she can still apply pressure. I mean, if that was the case, I mean, Molly McCann, wouldn't be able to move around a little bit on her. I mean, she wouldn't be able to adjust to that movement when she was moving around a little bit on her first round and she started to close distance on her. And Taylor's going to do a little bit more. She's going to do more than what Jennifer Maia did. And got a lot of y'all in the chat. We got like 23 people. If y'all can help me get to 20 likes, I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and do that before I pull up this fight, because I'm about to call a fight for y'all. So if you can hit that like button, get me to 20 likes, I'll call this fight real quick. Yeah, hit the like button, and we'll do this. We'll do this quick 1 round fight. Gordon said, combo. Consider how many actual minutes of cage experience Taylor has had with so many first round finishes before UFC. I predict Val will school her. You make a good point. You make a good point on that, because first round you don't get a lot of experience. Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I know some people are so used to finish mode, but you remember Taylor doesn't have a lot of finishes in the UFC, so she has been getting her experience. Oh, you were going to do this fight? It's only 1 round. Okay. Well, I'm going to say, BJ said he's doing the fight on Saturday. Okay. Robot Chicken Wings must be getting ready for the spring and summertime. Looking for a new love, a new one to love. A slight of mine said, how would you feel if Grasso beat Valentina and won the title? Oh, man. Would I be shocked? I would probably be more shocked than, I wasn't shocked when Pena beat Nunes, but it would be definitely more of a shocker. Yeah, Grasso beating Valentina would be more of a shocker than Pena beating Nunes all day. So I would be shocked. Are you picking Slider? Are you picking her to win, Grasso? I mean, if she wins, then I'll have to do like I'll do a video every week, a slide of mine saying he was right. He knew everything. I'll have to do a video every week saying slide of mine was right. Sleight of mind was right. For 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, I'll have to say Sleight of mind knew exactly what Grasso could do to beat Valentina. No, anything is possible in the game, but I don't know if she's ready for that action, man. What are the odds on that? Not even 50-50. Because, I said Valentina Nunes. I had it 70-30. 70 for Nunes and... No, excuse me. 70 for Nunes and 30 for Pena in that fight. But for Valentina versus Grasso, that jump would be like 80-20, 90-10. Is that being disrespectful? This is what I have it right here. I have it. And I'm being nice. 85. Would it be 85? No, it's 80. Team. That's what it would be for me. Where I definitely gave Pena a chance to beat Nunes just because, the history there. And, Pena, like I said, I gave it a 30% chance, and that's still big, considering that she was fighting a dominant champion with, a lot going for her. So 30% is still pretty high. I just couldn't say 50-50 because who did Pena beat at the time? She got submitted by GDR. And then she, came back and just beat Sarah McMann. So, that was fair. 30% chance was fair. But, doing like 85-15 or 80-20, I think this situation is fair just because I think that she's, Valentina's got the experience, proven time and time again, and beat everybody in this division. She's dealing with a former strawweight that's never stopped anybody except Joanne Calderwood, so... I think I'm being nice with that. He said, "Stop, man." No, man, this is where it is. I mean, this is where we stand with this. It be in this realm. Hey, look, Stamina said 92.8. Oh, unless you talking about stamina. Yes, you talking about stamina. I didn't say, wait, B just said, that's why I was confused. I said 80-20 for Pena. I didn't say 80-20. I said 70-30. I never said 80-20 for Nunes Pena. I said 70-30. Yeah, I never said, I said 70-30. 70-30. Even before the fight was announced, I said 70-30 back in January of last year. No, we won't. We won't. Side of mine. Brian said. He said Aaron is not special. I can't say that, man. I can't say that Aaron is not Aaron Blanchfield. You don't do what Aaron does at like the age of 18, though, man. Aaron Blanchfield's a special fighter, man. Like, usually when I think special, I think of like certain things standing out, like high work rate, being really fast or power. But I think Aaron Blanchfield has some special things about her. I mean, not a lot of people become a black belt at that young age. You know what I mean? Like, she's a solid grappler at, back in like, she's 19, 20. And now she's showing some nice skills in the offense, beating these older women. I give her a lot of credit, man. Wildest Moments, what's going on? She said, hello, everyone. She said, Wildest Moments, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat against Val because we haven't seen her make many mistakes, not able to adjust. And she capitalizes when her opponents make mistakes. Val 95, Grasso 5. See, I told you I was being nice. Everybody else, they just going in. It's like 92, 8, 95, 5. And yeah, just I can't do that to a top 5 fighter. I can if they're not ready. I always put at least that little 15 or 10% just because certain things can happen, certain things can happen, and I'm trying to be fair here because you never know what can happen. That's why I never really go like all the way that low. But hey, some people do because that's what it is. Like Valentina's earned that respect. Valentina's dominance is that present in the game. Stamina's Aaron is special. Whether she's champion, special remains to be seen. Can't assess her ceiling quite yet. Yeah, definitely. For what she has done, yeah, to me she is special. Ulysses Manon is a black belt in judo like Valentina. Is she? I'm not sure. I have to look. I know she's been multiple wrestling and karate champion belts, but I have to check and see if she is. Gordon said, I think Holly can beat Juliana, though, and probably Amanda now. I think she can beat Juliana. Not sure about Amanda, though. Mark said, if Grasso leans into her strengths against bigger fighters, her speed, time, and cardio ability to scramble and can avoid getting grappled, she could continue to do well at flyweight. I think, yeah, that's going to be hard to deal with some of those grapplers. Like her takedown defense had to get better. Well, Grasso at number 5, yeah, she got to fight down, though. Home will never beat Nunes. I stand on that. Yeah, I don't think she'll beat her. I think she'll beat Pena before she beats Nunes. And, you can disagree. I mean, it's just a style matchup for me. Robot Chicken said, yeah, Montana got so much potential. I don't know if she's with the wrong camp. Yeah, she's got some potential. How y'all gonna feel when Grasso beats Val? I'm not gonna feel any type of way because it's not happening. Gordon said Grasso has a better chance than Taylor. Well, Gordon said Grasso has a better chance than Taylor does? Ooh. Really? Explain. You gotta explain, bro. Explain it, brother. Please explain it, brother. I respect your opinion over here. That's why I just gotta know. Like, I ain't gonna be one to say, oh, you crazy. No, like, tell me something good. Tell me something I don't know. Why would you say Grasso has a better chance over Taylor? That's all I mean. Like, I never seen anybody think it that way. That's why I'm asking. Wow. Wildest Moments still has Valentina 80-20 over Santos. Dang. So Wildest Moments, do you not see anything in Santos? I just have to know, like, what does Santos offer that could be a problem to Valentina, if anything? At 20%, I don't think you see much, but I mean, what is it she does offer? Grasso hasn't established herself at the top yet. Once she defends her place, then we'll see. That's where I'm at with her, yeah. That's why I was like, 5 is high for her. I would have put her at number 7. Manon's number 6. And I actually put her, Viviana Araujo would have been 5 in my opinion. I mean, it would just kind of been a throwaway rank, but I think she would just have to be over them. Slider Mind said, how do you think the Santos Val is going to play out? I think Santos and Valentina, there's going to be respect the first couple rounds. And I think those are the rounds where Santos, you might see her do more. or you might see her try to get off a little bit with her striking, but I think Val's going to sting her a few times, and I think Santos might win a round or two where she can take the fight down, or maybe just win it with pressure like Pena did. But eventually, I think the fighter with the better gas tank here, and that's been here before, is going to, overcome, which is Valentina. So I think Valentina is going to settle in, and if she shows that respect like all these other fighters did, Santos will lose. But if she tends to break that chain, if she does break that chain and she tends to go after it and be physical, it could be interesting. It could be, I see it going 5 though. I see it going 5 with, Valentina winning. I'm surprised a lot of people do want to see an upset here though. I mean, are y'all that tired of a dominant champion? I mean, I just like Taylor. That's why I would like to see her win. That's why I put her in my triple threat. Like, do y'all want to see Taylor win because you like her, or do the people that are picking Taylor just tired of Valentina's reign? What is it? Robot Chicken said Grasso just got to finish. How much more dominant can you be? Maybe more dominant over a tougher opponent. Not one that, Maya already submitted and Taylor Santos already submitted. You know what I mean? Like, she mean dominant in the fact that you have to go on a dominant streak. Not just one dominant win. Wildest Moment said Taylor offers great leg kicks and top control, but hasn't seen much variety in her striking or counter striking, or how she does on the bottom. Yeah, I tried to see some old fights where she, maybe was put on her back, but she was getting a lot of finishes before. So, I can't really, gauge her ground game off of her back myself. So, I would see Juliana Pena, how her work is off her back. I'm like, yeah, that's impressive. Juliana Pena has some of the best work off of her back, in my opinion. Robot Chicken said Grasso's got great boxing, footwork, and defense. Nobody can argue that. Oh, her boxing, her boxing is some of the best in the division, no doubt. I've always given her credit for her boxing, but like I said about her head movement, she does get hit. Like I always describe Grasso's hands, like a traditional boxer. She elbows tucked, hands at the chin. Not really like some of the slicker ones that move their hands a little bit lower and they dip their head a lot. She can get tagged a lot. But I mean, overall, her boxing and her footwork, or footwork is her main source to get away from punches. Her footwork is her defense. So she's very, solid with that. So she definitely has some of the best boxing at 125. Slight of Mine said, I think Val's reign is legit and justified, and I enjoy it. I want to see Grasso versus Valentina, even if Grasso loses. Yeah. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Like, I enjoy it. I think a lot of people, they get tired of seeing the same fighter, but I mean, if that same fighter, to me, continues to reign, I mean, I enjoy it, man. Like, I like seeing a fighter that can hold their belt for as long as they can. I like to see them try to break records. And I mean, if they're getting the work in, I mean, more power to them. Gordon said, I predict. Hold on, let me pull this. Oh, hold on. Let's read this one first. It said, Rizama said Grasso kind of struggled hard in striking against JoJo. People have amnesia if fighter finishes fight. No, as soon as Slight of Mine came in, I said that. I mean, like, I know you ain't talking to me, but I'm just saying, like, No, I said that JoJo was winning the stand-up. I'm definitely not one of them. I saw it. Mark Robinson said, can Taylor out Muay Thai Valentina, though? I think Taylor is slower than Val and will have to make it physical. Val is elusive, though. I don't know if she can out Muay Thai her. I mean, in a clinch, she'd have to, like, press it to the cage like Pena did and use her knees and keep Val off of her, like, feet, like, off of her stance so she could really get knees in. It's going to really be on to Taylor to up her work rate in this fight. Big time. Gordon said, I predict Val's front kicks will keep Taylor at a distance, prevent her pressure style. Val will counter and move as Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You know, one thing I say, you know, Taylor needs to work on is her keeping her left hand up. You know, she gets hit with a lot of right hands. You know, I think JoJo hit her with a few good right hands. Molly McMann was hitting her with some good right hands as well. So, you know, Taylor, she does get hit. It all comes down to her being able to take a shot and then adjusting and closing distance and going from there. You know what I mean? Oh, I know Mastermind is playing. Yeah, BJ said, yeah, Pena, I give her credit, man. I mean, she did what these other girls couldn't. Taylor has like 10 fights in like 6 months, most ending in first round against very low caliber fighters, so I don't focus on her 19-1 record too much. I tried to find some, like I said, some other work where she was putting in some, but it's like some of these low caliber girls she was knocking out, it's like I can't go much off of that. I really did have to start focusing on, like, there was a couple fights before the UFC and then like her UFC work, because that's where it's going to tell you if she can go in there and handle the 5-round pressure, you know, handle the 5-round fights. And here hasn't really finished anybody except JoJo, you know, so. But she has been dominant in her own way, but she hasn't stopped anybody outside of JoJo either. Like, still couldn't stop Roxanne either, but she controlled for the most part. But, man, I still couldn't believe she lost that first fight to Mara Romero Barella. Now that I go back and look, I was like, she had to be off that night. Yeah, Robert, that's what's impressive to me. Like Robert said, what interested me even more than the length of a title run is how the champion adapts to each future opponent. Yeah, like she keeps beating every opponent. Sleight of Mind said you got that fight up. Well, I'm not going to do it because BJ said he's going to do that round by round. I mean, in this case, yeah. Because in this case, like what you're saying about the, I lost my train of thought about Valentina here. Yeah, like I find it impressive, man. Like how Valentina, is impressed. She's always ready for what each opponent brings, man. That's just incredible to me, because most of the time you see fighters when they go in there and struggle with a defense, or they beat a fighter easy because that's the style they face, or then they go in again and they doggone near lose the belt. But no, Valentina's always facing different styles and always has a way to win in such a dominant fashion, right? You got to give that a lot of credit. Yeah, BJ Sleight of Mind, he's going to do it Saturday. And if you haven't, make sure go ahead and subscribe. Like, if you want to weigh out this Saturday, that's fine. But yeah, you go over there and subscribe to No Filter MMA. He'll cover that fight. I mean, the fight's 1 round, so yeah, he gonna cover it 5 times. Roderick said time for JoJo to retire. Sadly, yes. Sadly, yes. No, I might give her one more fight. Like maybe Casey O'Neill. If she can win that and she stays, but if she can't, then it's time to go. Oh, JoJo, come on, man. Ulysses says Santos is slow compared with Valentina. Mastermind right hook is going to surprise Valentina. I don't know. I don't think there would be anything that's going to surprise her. It's going to just come down to good work rate in there. AM said 1 word for Taylor for me, jab. I mean, you know, keeping a jab in Valentina's face, you know, it's something you have to do. I tell any fighter that, you know, that jab is important. Bluebird said Valentina is a true professional and prepares for her opponents accordingly. The lady's good for WMMA. I agree, man. Like, I can't get mad at the fighter that's going on like a 6-7 title defense run. You better blame the ones that you want to win. You know what I mean? You have to blame them. You know, you can't blame Valentina. I mean, she's just doing her job. Like, and the way she's doing it is in excellent fashion. I mean, in and out the octagon. You know, I enjoy her performances. So, and her training is just, you know, off the charts. So, you know, the next best thing, you know, they have to go back and say, what is Valentina doing that I'm not doing? Why is she getting those results and I'm not? Well, you know, maybe you should go study her a little bit and check out her dedication. Like, and I'm not just saying the fight game, but I mean, look at her personal life a little bit. Like, I'm not trying to delve into it, but I mean, you don't really see like any crazy Instagram posts from her, no Instagram drama. You don't see any, you know, she doesn't have a man, right? I mean, that we know of, like, she doesn't have all of that thrown out there. Like, you just see her married to the game right now. So, I mean, if they want to be that and they want to be champion, I mean, maybe you need to follow that blueprint. But other than that, I mean, you can't really say, oh, like, this person needs to go because they're just always winning. No, like, maybe you just need to look at another angle of the game and appreciate it. How many southpaws has Taylor fought? I don't think she fought any in the UFC. Oh boy, you talking crazy now. Don't get sidetracked again now. Talking that nonsense. I mean, again, that's not something that's really our business. Like, if she's not really putting it out there. If she does, she does. If she don't, she don't. I mean, you see what's more important to her. Like, what she has stashed, I mean, is how she needs to keep moving. I mean, everybody else that just has, you know, putting their life out there, this out there, that out there. I mean, it's like, why? Like, focus on the game. You know, focus on the fight game. That's how you make it. That's how you get the belt. That's why you don't have the belt. That's why she has the belt, right? I don't know, Zaman. He said, I smell decline. for Shevchenko for one side, but on the other side, just stylistically, everything. She has everything to deal with everyone in the division. Yeah, I mean, everybody, you know, when they get older, they might have a little bit of decline, but I mean, if it's not really enough to put her in danger, I don't really consider it like a problem. Like, everybody, when they get to a certain age, they're going to be on decline, but I really don't see any. I actually see more improvements in her game because, yeah, she handles everything that comes at her. You know, never really been in trouble, especially at flyweight. You know, this is her division. This is her division. I thought about saying I appreciate women like Val. Yeah, you got to. I mean, they wouldn't make the game, man. She focused and dedicated, yeah. Don't really see anybody touch it like her. That's why you won't really. You better enjoy it right now because there ain't really going to be any other champion like her for a long time. You know, you had those entertaining champions that went on a run like Ronda Rousey. You know, you had Joanna go on her run. But I see Valentina's run being a heck of a lot longer. And BJ over there dreaming. He over there dreaming. You wish he was. Having his fantasies. Robot Chick said Valentina is the definition of a champion. She never takes any opponent as a joke. Trains hard for everyone. Yep. That's why I'm like, you know, it's going to be hard to really break that chain, man. Like, she's got it on lock. She's got it on lock for now. And the thing about it is, some of these fighters, when they do get to a point where they start to, you know, fade, they prepared for that. You know, they know how to fight with their mind more so in the physical. You know, they still have something in there. They still have something up their sleeve, you know, that they can use to beat a younger fighter. It might not be in the same fashion, but they still have it. But, yeah, man, let's see here. So, yeah, with the rankings, like I was just messing with today, I was just kind of thinking about that. I said, you know, top 5 for Grasso is pretty high right now. And it just had me asking, like, wow, what are we going to see, man? Like, is she really going to be that next thing in the next year or so? You know, with McMann calling out Chikagian, who does Grasso fight now? Andrade is gone, so let's go ahead and move everybody up one place. Let's pretend like Andrade and Calvillo is not here. Right? Let's go ahead and pretend Andrade and Calvillo aren't here. So that means somebody else enters the top 15. So literally, you know, Chikagian is still number 1. And Murphy is 2. Santos is 3. And technically, Grasso is 4. So we might as well stop, man. You know, Grasso's number 4 now. Because Andrade ain't there. Yeah, sleight of mind. A lot of people do. They miss Ronda's run, you know. And I mean, it wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't bad. Like I said, I wasn't really like a big fan. But she was entertaining. Nah, she ain't lost motivation. I don't think so. Not at all. Sleight of mind said nobody wants Chikagian. Well, you know, McMann does. McMann called her out. Aside from McMann, nobody's ever really called her out, I don't think. You know, well, Andrade took her on, but, you know, nobody's really, like, said, I want her. That's the blind fighter versus the beast. That's a good fight. Gabrielle said whoever becomes champion after Val is going to criticize and are going to be held in high standard because of her. Yeah, they will. I'm going to try not to fall into that. I'm not going to fall into that category. I'm not even gonna say I tried because I already know what standard Valentina set for herself. You know, everybody else just another champion. You know, that's gonna be doing their own thing. All right, BJ. He said he got a split. Yeah, we'll catch you on Saturday on your round by round. Subscribe to No Filter MMA. Yes, sir. He said Tatiana and Grasso. Okay. Gordon said, I've said it before. The only way Val is likely to lose is if she slacks off for any reason. Overconfidence, underestimate. Yeah, she doesn't really do that, right? Or if she falls in love, yeah. Nah, she ain't doing that. Okay, BJC will be live tomorrow. Shoot, go ahead and do the round by round tomorrow too, man. I'm off tomorrow so I can catch it, man. I got work Saturday this time. I got to put in work Saturday, man. Yeah, do that thing tomorrow, man. Go ahead and do it. Stop keeping people wait. Stop keeping us waiting, man. Sleight of Mind want to see that thing tomorrow. Grasso versus Suarez tomorrow, man. Shoot, I'm off tomorrow. Wait till Saturday. I mean, I know we ain't got no fight Saturday, but I mean, you might as well do it tomorrow though, man. If you can. I mean, if you ain't got nothing else going on. Lafayette, what's going on? It said if Manon fights Grasso, I like Manon. Same here. Because Brian said they might fight. I don't know. Grasso might wind up fighting. Oh shoot, there ain't nobody there. Because they are going to make, if they make Chikeg and Ebas, the only way that's going to happen if Chikeg and Ebas goes through, if Chikeg and Ebas goes through, then yeah, Manon and Grasso might very well fight. Oh man, please don't do Chikeg and Ebas. Please don't do that fight. Sleight of Mind said, a question for me. How do you think this landscape changes if Suarez comes and she's still fully capable and not held back by her injuries? Ooh, if she comes into the game, man, I mean, I could see her getting to the top 10 like in a year. Like if Suarez comes right back out and didn't miss a beat, I think the landscape would change a lot here. Granted, this ain't the strawweight division. She's going to be dealing with bigger women. But I think she would adjust nicely. You know, I don't think that's a fight Grasso would want it anytime soon. But I think there would be a little bit more of a challenge. But I would still see Suarez getting it. Yeah, Wallace Moses. Okay, yeah, so she said she will take it. Yeah, because I know she did respond to say she did want it. You know, she did say she wanted it, but yeah, she said she'll take it after May. Okay, that's all right then. Yeah, because I posted up earlier that she, you know, acknowledged it. But yeah, if she got a particular target, I'm all right with that. That's all right. That's perfect. But yeah, Suarez, if she comes back fully capable, I think she'd be a big danger. You know, she'd make top 10. I mean, there might be a style in there in particular that might give her problems. I think Manon's style might give her some problems. Arujo might give her some problems. But other than that, I see Suarez getting it. Suarez versus Santos might be interesting. But man, it's just kind of a thing we waiting on now. Gabriella said Grasso probably fights the winner of Lauren Misha. If Misha wins, I'm going for Grasso. Robot Chicks, I don't think so. Gabrielle, I'm not holding anyone that high. Suarez. When is she coming back? I don't know. I mean, it's just like a what if scenario. A lot of people ask. I mean, last year was supposed to be September. So now, your guess is as good as mine. Oh, okay. It was in the same post. I must have missed it as I was looking at it. Yeah, I must have missed that. Yeah, I didn't see after May. Cool. I'm glad she accepted it though, man. Like, that's the thing about Chikagan. Chikagan fights anybody though. Chikagan want to fight the whole division, literally. She's probably next to Valentina is one that fights everybody. So it'll be a good fight though. 50-50. I think Minogue can win, but I mean it's still 50-50 though. Realistically, logically, got to be. Zama said, I think Ebos matchup is just for keeping Chikagan busy without risking irrelevant contenders. If Chikagan wins, okay, then Ebos wins, great. And we have a new contender. Yeah. Just to break in her new contract, right? I wonder how many fights she got on this contract. Like, maybe another 4-fight deal. Ebos and Manone's already on there. Possibly a Valentina rematch. That's interesting. Let's see, but side of mine, I just feel like the majority of these women don't have the same mentality, drive, and strive for greatness that Val has. Yeah, I think, and I can't really fault them. I mean, Valentina's something special. I mean, that wouldn't make her special if everybody had it, right? Like, everybody would be the same. Like, Val is just standing out, man. She's just doing her. Like, it's nothing against them. It's just they are who they are. But, when you think about the fight game, you think you should treat it a little bit more sacred, right? Where you have to sacrifice certain things, right? Sometimes I think that way. But then when I think who they are, what they go through, like, they're just human too. But Val's kind of exceeded that just by, escaping from everything else, the BS, the drama, keeps it strictly fighting no matter what. And I mean, you don't see like 6 or 7 people like that at a time. You know what I mean? Every era has it, even in boxing. You know what I mean? Every era has somebody that's going to be this, be that. It's never like 5 or 6 at a time. Maybe 2, maybe 3. You never see like 7, 8, 9, 10 people with that same drive in a division like that. Maybe strawweight. Strawweight though. I mean, not speak too soon because strawweight, I mean, that belt gonna be changing hands in the next coming years like hot potato, man. Strawweight just gonna be hot like that for a long time. Cause that division, everybody's kind of got a style or almost equally experienced and dedicated. So strawweight's a monster in itself. Lafayette said Juliana Velasquez should come to the UFC. Yeah, I would like to see what kind of threat she could be, because she's not fighting enough. She ain't fighting enough in the Bellator organization. I mean, she got Liz Carmouche coming up in the next few months, or month or so. But, Juliana Velasquez versus Liz Carmouche, she can get that out the way, maybe a couple more fights. I like to see her in the UFC against some of these top level fighters. While most fighters think of fighting as a job, Val makes it her lifestyle, her philosophy. Yeah, like fighting is her, it's her lifestyle, man. It's like it makes her, it makes her a better person. Where some people feel like they punch in and punch out. They punch in, punch out, turn it on, turn it off. But I think, she takes what she learns, whether she fails or succeeds at it, and applies it to her life. And that's how I always kind of been about boxing, man. Like, I love boxing, and you can take a lot of it and apply it to life. You know what I mean? Like, it's only, boxing so much relatable, more relatable to me than football and basketball, because you are in charge of your life the same way as you are in the ring. Well, same as MMA, right? But it's the same thing. You get knocked down, you get back up, you learn from a loss, learn from a win. And it's not like this team sport. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's ever going to be there for you, passing or help assisting you all the time. It's going to be you majority of the time. That's why I say boxing has been that sport. And I think she sees MMA like that. Like, her being a champion makes her this better person. Lafayette said Grasso versus Velasquez. Ooh, that's a good one. Slider Mind said, if Val decided to challenge Rose for the title, who do you think would win? Same goes for Pena. If she decided to move down and challenge, or vice versa. I still would have Val in a Pena fight. Okay, it's going to be different. How it plays out going to be a little bit different, but I still got Val winning. Valentina wins at 125. A little bit easier against Pena. Pena versus Valentina at 135 will be a little bit different because of the weight, I think. But if Valentina, for some reason, some way or another, moved down to 115, I think she'd still beat Rose. She would still beat Rose. Because she would make sure she moved down the right way. I'd say Valentina by not even thrashing in this one, but by Valentina by, I don't know, breaking her like a pretzel. Just smashed. Yeah, we'll go with thrashing. Valentina by thrashing at 115 over Rose. Pena would be a tougher opponent, definitely. I know in them training sessions, when Rose and Valentina trained together, Valentina was putting it on her, man. Valentina was putting it on her. Gordon said the longer Val reigns, the more contenders get their chance eventually, even if years away. Yeah, which is good for them. They get to grow and work. They're just under like a dictatorship right now, and that's the bullet. Until she feels the need to leave or somebody finally assassinates her, then that's how it is. Mojo, what's going on? He said, I think Valentina runs it until 30, 30, 36, 37, and walks away on top. I do, yeah. She can do that. I think so. She could do that. Robert Henry said, outside of football, to a degree, in certain moments in other sports, combat sports, have motivated me, inspired me in a personal way. I guess that's why I only follow fights right now. Same here, man. I followed my whole life, just about. Like, I've always just been that person by myself with a lot of things and loner on things like that. So I was always more attracted to these sports, because it's where you just focus on you, being a better you, to me. And even following the fights today, I'd be like, man, I need to be out there doing some training or something, getting where I need to be, So it's like that. Yeah. Brian Williams got to go. All right, man. See you later, man. Yeah, great chat always. Yeah, we always have good conversation. Robert Henry. Roger, what's going on? Bullet TKO said Val is in the best form I've seen her. She was training here for a week. Oh, okay. Where might that be? Where's she training at? that's what I'm saying. Like, some people get older, some people get mature. You know, some people get older, some people mature. And I think, you know, the way her mind grows, what's second nature to her, you know, is a struggle for some people. But like her, she's just improving. You can feel it. You can see it in her fights. Roger says she continues to grow her skills. I mean, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even if she does decline, she's still like light years ahead of a lot of fighters. That's why she's doing it the way she's doing it. Because when she gets better and better, when she does decline, she's still ahead of your best. That's how you stay ahead of the best, you know? While they sleep, you still working. While they on Instagram posting, you up in the gym working. Roger. What's going on, Roger? Zaman's. He said you said that about Antonina. Oh, come on, man. I ain't gonna say nothing there. Mark said, if I had to wager, I'd say Val's training camps are probably also some of the best in flyweight. Her fight IQ is really high. That means that she's likely getting better every fight. Yeah, man. Her training camps are too brutal for Macy Barber, they say. You know? Right? They said they were brutal. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. So, yeah, she, like I said, man, she been doing this, you know, for too long now. So, even if she is going to ever decline, it's still going to be ahead of these other fighters in the game, man. So, that's something we have to show respect for. Especially in this division. I mean, we got a lot of good fighters in this division, but I don't really think a lot of them are catching up. Yeah, Mark Robinson said, Joanna says all the time, train hard and fight easy. Yeah. Yeah. Ernest said, go to bed. Nah, I'm not ready, man. Runner Reedy said, honestly, watching those training videos are inspiring to me. She really is becoming one of my favorites. Yeah, yeah. No, Ernest, I can't. It's not time yet. I ain't sleepy. I was about to have some decaf coffee with these Oreos. Man, I wish I had some Oreos, man. I think I got some Chips Ahoy or something, man. Got me snacking. I know I got some Jersey Mike's, Robert. I'm about to get in, man. When I get off of here, I'm gonna get off in about 10 more minutes. When I get off of here, I'm gonna get some of these, get some of this Jersey Mike's. But yeah, man, that was a conversation for tonight. We were just talking about the bantamweight division and these flyweight rankings. I always appreciate everybody's conversation here and points they make. But what do we have next week? Nothing next week. We're not back till April. April 9th is our next card. And just for that, I might do, that's the Aljamain Sterling Peter Yan card and Burns, Hamzat. I might have to do a fight companion for this one for sure. Who want me to do a fight companion for this card? I'm in it. I'm gonna stay on for the men's fights too. I just might. Just because we had to wait 2 weeks for a UFC card, I think I'm gonna call Ladd, Rocky Pennington. Definitely gonna call Dern Torres. But I'm gonna have to call this Burns Hamzat fight. I'm not putting money on that, but I'm leaning towards Burns. Wow, this movie says y'all go way too long. Sometimes I have to break up the video throughout. Keep up the great content. Appreciate that. Yeah, we do. I tend to. Sometimes I might have to break it up, and well, at least it gives you something to listen to later on, right? Lafayette said, "All right, their subs good. Yeah, they're good. I like them. I like the steak one every now and then. I like some turkey every now and then. You can get them in a bowl, or you can get them in a regular sub. Either way." Yeah. Oh yeah, TJ347 ain't here tonight. This is a night I was on for about 2.5 here. But yeah, let me see here. This fight card, who do we got? Ulysses said do it. Yeah, okay, I will. Yeah, Dern Torres, Rocky, Pennington, and Aspen Ladd. Oh, that Kay Hansen and Pierre Rodriguez fight got canceled. Never mind. I'm going to do that. Oh, Rosenstruck is on this card, too. We got some good fights on this card. Olenek is on this card. Okay. Gastelum. I forgot Kelvin Gastelum is on this one. I'm going to definitely call that Hamzat Burns fight, though. And I want to call the Stern Jan fight. See what happens this time around. And I'll do Volkanovski and the Zombie. Lafayette said we got him in the city. Haven't tried it. Yeah, it's worth a try. Well, I won't say worth a try. I mean, if I like it, get it. Yeah. I mean, if you like subs, yeah, get it. I'd say yes, definitely. I don't know your taste in subs, but yeah, I would do it. Roger said you don't realize you are seeing 3 days to a week delay of post and think it's live. Was that her Instagram stuff? Wow, this moment. You laughing while she doing all this. Turkey chicken. Oh, now you got me. Oh man, stop talk. I got some turkey and ham, but turkey's good. Turkey chicken. Turkey chicken. I never had one in a bowl yet, though. I guess that's supposed to be healthier or lighter. I might have to get a sub in a bowl, see how that tastes. It's basically a salad. Basically a salad with a little bit of meat in it. Or still a salad. Mark said I watched Jan versus Sandhagen again. Jan's is good. Yeah, he's pretty. Peter Jan's pretty good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch this. Marina Rodriguez and Mackenzie Dern fight later. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got tonight, man. We went in and talked about both of these topics for a good long time. So, yeah, I'll be on tomorrow, maybe. Some other stuff I got to do, though, so I don't know. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Everybody always coming through. Some good points. Good talk. If you haven't, make sure you hit the like button. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't. You know, like I said, if you come through, subscribe. I will keep getting on and talking with y'all. Yeah, there's a bell icon too. I think you have to hit that bell icon. Everybody says hit that bell icon, and that way you'll know I go live. They make it harder on everybody. So yeah, let me get up out. Catch y'all on the next one. All right, thanks, Robert. Steel Wolf Lafayette. Peace. Sleight of Mind. And bullets. I listened to the earlier segment about templates of determining fights. Oh, okay. And yeah, good night. Finish your audits, wild moments. I'm getting out of here. Stamina. He said, unless you don't make any sense. Oh, man. Even the ones that don't make sense, still gotta like them. Right? Good night, Roger. Like always, comment, Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.